elastic energy into the connective tissues and muscles at the back of the leg, and it's like a spring. You can press the spring and then you push off again, and you use that compression and that elastic energy to then spring off. And if you're landing on the foot, on the heel, all of that, you don't have any of that energy there, and you have to create it again when you roll off onto the ball of the foot again. So it's a much less efficient way of running. So if you want to look to improve your running economy or reduce the risk of injuries through the shock that you're getting through your body, it's maybe worth looking at. Also, it's that feeling of freedom and connection, and the fact that you're not just running to put the miles in. They shouldn't be painful miles, they shouldn't be boring miles. You should enjoy them, they should be an enjoyable experience. And this is what part of the whole thing about barefoot running is that it's a connection with your body, and it's a connection with nature and running, and it's just about running for running's sake, not running because you're trying to beat some personal best or get fit. It's just to enjoy it. So that's quite a big point about this.
Well, what do you think about MBTs then?
I think they're one of these sort of gimmicky foot
because I have got some, and it does feel a bit weird running in them.
I bet it does,
Until
yeah.
I've warmed up, and then it's
Well, you're effectively heel striking, aren't you, with those? I don't know too much about them, but they're curved on the bottom.
Like a rocker.
Yeah.
And then they say that they're supposed to recreate like how the Maasai warriors kind of,
Well, they don't.
try and they
My point is, Maasai warriors don't run with them, do they? They have sandals on, so run as you're meant to.
No, Maasai warriors, they wear sandals. They don't wear MBTs.
No.
But MBT is supposed to stand for something like how they just run and walk naturally.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I wouldn't. To be honest, no. I mean, your feet are the best tool to use. Basically, they're the best shoes, and covering them up with something isn't really going to do them any justice. And likewise, barefoot running, I think shoes are the sort of last resort. You want to try just barefoot running, really, and you'll find that you'll be able to adapt to it quite naturally, and it's something that you'll be able to do. So
I think they do make you think about your posture a little bit, though.
Yeah, but then the Reebok are bringing out these ones, the slender toe trainers, and you walk around in them, and I don't know. There's a lot of out there that these companies obviously pump money into research and things. So my philosophy is though that certainly with this barefoot running, you want something that's going to keep you in touch with the ground, and having a big wedge heel, I just think is going against it. And Maasai warriors, they're genetically the same as everyone else. They don't run with them, so we're not any different from them. And you can train your body to run just as well as them. I'm sure.
Can you train that? I mean, if you pronate or whatever, because I wear orthotics when I run.
Yeah.
If I don't have them, then apparently when they do I look like a complete mess when I'm running. With those, I have sort of equal training, sort of wear on it while I'm wearing them. So, is it possible for me to do that?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to look at your. I'll move on to that in a little bit. Actually,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it takes time to adapt. So you're not going to don't throw your trainers away tomorrow. Get out there and do a 12-mile run, because it's not going to happen. You need time for your body to adapt, time for the muscles, and time for the body to strengthen where it needs to. So what I'd recommend doing is, I went to a seminar with Barefoot Ted. Don't know if you know him, but he's a well-respected barefoot running guru from the States. And he didn't really have a lot to say about how to begin running. He told us his story. But from what I've learned and from what I know about running and strength and conditioning, I think you'd be safe to start with walking, connecting with the surfaces. So barefoot walking, try and build up that strength in those feet, build up build up a bit more resistance to painful surfaces. But just start walking around barefoot and see how your feet react to it. Strengthening the feet, calves and connective tissue, very important. So you need to be strengthening. Some strength drills that you can do is towel pickups with the toes, so using your toes to grab a towel. So you're really using all of those muscles and tendons underneath the foot. grabbing, getting those toes to really do what they're meant to, and just claw the ground. Calves need to be strengthened too, and also the connective tissue such as the Achilles tendon. So calf raises on the edge of a block, very important, building up the strength. So I recommend that anyone starting barefoot running should really think about strengthening that up. Alongside maybe trying some running too. Maintain or improve your flexibility. So if you know you're particularly tight in a certain muscle group, it would be worth definitely improving that flexibility, or certainly maintain it through stretching and foam rolling. Okay, plyometric drills. So plyometrics are power strength based drills. Simple drills. They're basically the run broken down. So plyometric hop would simply be a hop from the same foot, hop forward and down. Okay, that is a hop. A bound from one foot to the other and land. Now, what you want to be thinking about with these hops and bounds is that you land on your hip, on your forefoot. Okay, you balance there and then release. Okay, so your balancing that's critical. And start with just one hop and relax. Then build it up to a series of hops when you get more confident about landing on that forefoot. And jump rope, skipping rope. Skipping is, if you look at how someone skips, it's pretty much identical to the biomechanics of actually when you forefoot run and your forefoot heel strike, because your forefoot heel strike lands directly onto the body. So does skipping, and you're on your toes and you're bending your knees and stuff. So really recommend skipping as a way of building up the strength, connective tissue, and improving your run. Cool. Try out first with smooth, hard and flat surfaces when you're running, okay? You might think the grass is probably the best thing, but there's broken bottles, there's shit, there's goodness knows what else down the path, there's rabbit holes, whatnot. So start with something smooth and predictable, like a running track, okay? Get your feet used to running. Run until painful. Now, take your bare feet, run somewhere, bring some trainers with you, and if you start to feel pain on the bottom of your foot, it's your body's way of telling you it's had enough. You know, it's one of the small things that's saying, you know, stop now, and I wouldn't run any further. This kind of running is all about enjoyment. So once you feel the pain, it's a good way of stopping there, and you're not running until you damage yourself, basically. And it might take a few months just to build up to do a mile, but certainly you'll have built up gradually, and you'll be less likely to cause yourself any stress in doing so. Listen to your body, that's the most important thing. So just listen to how it feels. Listen to if you can, you know, if you feel good and you feel go a little longer, go a little longer. If you need to stop, stop. So that's an important one. And try out a pair of minimalist footwear. So once you've got a bit competent and you feel like you want to go a bit mad, go off-road a bit, or you just wanted to clock up a few more miles, it might be worth picking up some minimalist footwear. Now I've got these Zen ones from the States. They're actually a beach shoe. I don't know if you want to have a look. They're a bit smelly, so don't get too close. But they're very minimalist. So they're small, they're flexible, there's not much going on with them. But they're ideal sort of thing for barefoot running. You want to get as much of the contact in the ground still as possible. Ah, Vibrams, nice one. Here we have the Vibram 5 fingers. So a bit more durable. Certainly what most of the guys recommend now, yeah. And you can wear them all day long, can't you?
Yeah,
they're really comfy, yeah. Really comfy. So something like that. Vibrams have come out with all sorts of models now. So yeah, thank you.
You run with those, yeah?
I haven't run with these. In fact, these particular ones aren't designed for outside use, but the company are building have designed a running one specifically. So I will be getting them and then trying them outside as soon as possible.
But we can train those, could we? I mean,
you can, yeah. They're perfect because you're actually using your feet for what you need, and they're soft, they're comfortable. You're gripping the floor. Certainly with training inside, you kind of find that big soft cushiony trainers are taking you away from that connection. So when you've got weights or a squat, or you're swinging with the kettlebell, you're rocking backwards, forwards on shot, you know, your feet aren't connecting with the ground at all. So These are the things to look for. So look for zero drop, so no gradient between the top and the back. Usually heels are bigger than the forefoot. Try and get them so they're all level. Flexibility, thin sole, and plenty of toe space, so your toes can really spread out, and so you can get that good grip and contact with the floor. They're some of the companies. Plimsolls can do a good job. You know the old school plimsolls? They're really good, I found. Also water shoes. If you type in a Google or Amazon search for water shoes, they're similar to these kind of things. So beach kind of stroke water shoes. Quite low to the ground, very comfortable. Not much going on with them, but they work. They suit the purpose. So if you wanted to try something, have a little experiment. Cool. Okay, so we're going to move on to any other questions with that at all, or everyone happy with barefoot running?
I want to ask you now. I'm intrigued to how you start getting on to forefoot running.
Yeah. Now,
even with trainers initially.
Yeah.
That's probably a subject.
Just try it out. Try it out, and in fact, you'll find that you will run forefoot when you're on barefoot anyway. I don't know if you tried it, Andrew, but it's kind of like you will naturally run on the balls of it, on the toes when you've got bare feet. It's a strange thing, but just try running down the road and you won't heel strike for very much longer. You'll do little tippy toes, skip around. Or and certainly when you're walking as well, I found that you then now start to walk more heel or less heel. So yeah, naturally start. Now, as you were following the question earlier, I would recommend certainly looking at just trying it out if you're really interested and seeing how your body, if you're starting to feel those common pains again, then you need to look at the biomechanics of the body and seeing where those problems are and maybe helping you with those sort of problems, the hips. Certainly things come from the hips and then get pushed down into the lower extremities. So
Matt, when like in the gym situation, when I'm teaching someone to run on the treadmill, perhaps, should I not be telling them heel toe strike, which is what I've always told them?
No. I mean, it's if they run heel toe strike, there's nothing wrong with running heel toe strike. It depends whether they want to, if they're getting injured running heel toe strike, and whether it's causing them pain. You might want to think about have you tried barefoot running, or have you tried running on the forefoot? It's going to take a lot for some people to change, but barefoot Ted's a big guy and he managed to do it quite comfortably. So
I might try it myself, and if I feel kind of confident doing it, I can maybe go
yeah.
try this.
Exactly.